Salutations, Queen of Shade here, coming to you to bring you a two-parter. This is the second part to something that I recently had to do in my life. Now, you guys have to understand that I've had 20 years of therapy myself, so it is it's very easy for me to assess a situation and determine what to do because I've had 20 years of practice. But tonight we're going to unpack something, and I'm going to do it in front of you guys because I usually don't, but I brought you the first half of it. So now I'm going to bring you the finale of it. All right, so if you guys saw the other day on my page, I think I posted, I post a lot of content. I'm always creating and I'm always being inspired. That's what happens when you are connected to a cosmos and spirit and whatever. I'm always inspired, so I post 50,000 posts a day. Well, there was a post that I made where I talked about it's a chop. And I was basically talking about someone in my life that I had to get rid of because of their behavior toward one of my boys. And I didn't appreciate. Now, they were one of my boys. So let's get that part together. They were also one of my boys that I've been friends with for 11 years. And the boy that they were talking about is a new boy to me. We don't even have 3 years in the culmination of our friendship and our relationship. But I don't care if I've known you 20 years. I am not going to allow you to disrespect one of my boys, even if you are one of my boys. So I made this video and I expressed, how I felt about it and how the young man judged another young man of mine because he was an adult entertainer. And he talked about, I knew him when he wasn't, and he was so talented, and this, that, and the other. You have to go watch the video to understand what I'm talking about. But I'm here for a second part because this is what happened. I blocked him in my phone. I blocked him. And then today I was doing some phone things and my secondary phone, I forgot to block him on my secondary phone. So I was able to receive his text message. See, can you tell this is a mistake from the beginning? I was able to receive his text message. And as the conversation went on, it only got worse and worse. And I'm going to share some things with you. And we're going to unpack this because I brought the second phone. And we're going to discuss this right now because I want you to see how I operate. All right? Be right back. All right. And we're back. So I'm going to take you through the text messages because I want you to see where this goes. And then we're going to unpack what it means to me. Okay? So the message came through on my secondary phone as I was doing what I was doing because I forgot to block him. So here we go. Message from him. He actually sent this Saturday at 6:36 p.m. He said, "I'm here. Love you. I apologize if I offended you. You know that's not who I am." Because he basically was judging and talking about one of my other boys and basically giving him shit and acting self-righteous because the other boy is an adult film star. So here we go. He said, "I apologize if I offended you. You know that's not who I am." So then today at 4:20 p.m., I responded and I said, "Yes, it is. You spoke so negatively about," and I'm not going to say his name, "from your heart. So mean, so condescending, so judgmental. How could you not have realized that on my YouTube, I interviewed most of the adult film stars, OF stars, and escorts? They are my friends," is what I said to him. I said, "Please just leave me alone. There is no way to fix this. You meant what you said, and there is no more to say." Should have left it there. Now, this is my mistake. I should have left it there and blocked him then. But here we go. He goes, "Okay, thank you for everything. I am allowed to make mistakes. So are you. I honestly can't believe this, but okay." So I said, "Because in 11 years of our friendship, I have never had or heard you act so self-righteous." I said, "That was new. That wasn't a mistake. And now you won't even admit it." Bye. And then I said, because you know how we get, I said, to be honest, I am so hurt, but I know that you meant that. There is nothing to really be sorry about. You showed your other face. You won't even admit it. That's the worst part of it all. So then here we go. He said, and he called me by my name. He said, I have, Bjorn. You won't even speak to me. I am sorry. I am in shock. You know me, and I am allowed to have bad days. But I am not better than anyone, ever, never will be. I am just devastated. You mean so much to me, and I am truly sorry. I made a mistake, but come on, brother. It's me. I am sorry. So then I wrote back the truth. I said, I'm hurt. So hurt. Like you have no idea. He said, I would never do that to you on purpose. I said, this makes me cry. He said, I love you. You changed my life forever. Now, this is what he said. And then I said, I never thought you were like that. He said, I made a mistake. I am sorry, truly. And then I said to him, but you meant it. You meant that about him. So sad. He said, I can have bad days. I've talked to you about so many things and have been so dead wrong, and you have been patient and kind. Okay. I said, you spoke and even said that he used to be so talented. He said, if you are done, okay. I am sorry, brother. I said, that pisses me off. That wasn't a bad day. He said, okay. If you're done with me, okay. I said, you judged him. He said, I won't bother you. I'm sorry. I said, and you didn't count on me actually knowing him. I would never let someone do that to you. He said, and I'm allowed to make mistakes and be wrong and have admitted it to you. And I said, ever. There's a reason I'm pressing this. You're going to find out in a second. He said, I'm sorry, brother. I said, you're missing it. That wasn't a mistake. He said, I am not. I get it. I said, you meant that. He said, there is nothing more that I can do. I said, and now you won't own it. He said, I am owning it. I said, cleaning up mistakes. Sorry, I'm out in the car. Sorry. Sorry, guys. I know, just when it was getting good, right? I said, cleaning up mistakes means first admitting them. And you may. So there's a reason why I kept pressing it, and you're going to find out now. I said, cleaning up mistakes means first admitting them. And you might say to yourself, well, he did admit them. He did admit them. He said he did. No. See, you have to understand how I operate. I'm extremely cerebral and prophetic and a seer and an oracle and a shaman and a healer and clairvoyant and a medium. There's so much going on. Phoenix and a fury. We're going to get to it. You may think, oh, well, he said it. No, follow me because we going to get there. So I said means first admitting them. He said, you won't ever talk to me on the phone. You won't even talk to me on the phone is what he said. I said, admitting that you meant it, because I do not want, and I said to him about not talking on the phone, I said, because I do not want to go off on you on the phone. You don't deserve that. He said, now listen to what he said. Here we go. He said, I did mean it when I said it, and I was wrong. It's not my place to judge anyone. I am sorry. I don't know what else to say but I would like, sorry. I'm gonna have to get out this car. I'm I'm gonna have to get out this car because this is fucking me up. Hold on, I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. I had to get out of the car because that light going on and off was a problem. So anyway, here we go. I said to him I said, I won't speak to you on the phone because I don't want to go off on you. See, I'm 41 years old. He's 35. I'll be 42 next month. He's 35. I have principles that I live by, and I just could not afford to lose my cool being upset because he was missing the point. So I said, you don't deserve that. I'm not going to speak to you on the phone. So he said, I did mean it when I said it, and I was wrong. It's not my place to judge anyone. I am sorry. I don't know what else to say. I'm reading it again because I've read this to you before, but I would like to make it right if I can. I said, thank you. Now my question is why? I said, what did he ever do to you? Now, see, you missed it in the other video. What you have to understand why I am going at him the way that I am is because this is not a stranger to him. He lost his virginity to this young man at 21 years of age. He's 35 now. He lost his virginity to this young man, and he raved about how freakish and how sexy and how sensual this man was, and his body and all of these things, and and then proceeded to tear him down in the last video. You got to see the last video for that. So I said, now my question is why? What did he ever do to you? Because from what he said to me before, the young man did nothing wrong to him except open him up passionately, literally. And that was that. So the way that he judged him was really harshly, and I wasn't going to let him let it go because I'm pushing for something. And here it goes. Here it is. He said, you mean too much to me to just say goodbye. You saved my life. That's a whole nother story for a whole nother time about all of that suicide and all that stuff. That's just a part of my job. It's what I do. I make sure you stay here. I make sure my boys stay here when they hit the lowest of lows. So anyway, again, you mean too much to me to just say goodbye. You saved my life. I was having an off day and I was lashing out. I feel lonely, unwanted, and I think in that moment I was jealous of him. This is what I knew the entire time, and I needed him to say it. So then this is what I said to him. That's it! Exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point. He said, I can be wrong, brother. I said, you admitted it. He said, I can make mistakes. I'm talking about what he said about the jealousy. I said, I could tell. And then he said, but I don't think I am better than anyone. I know I'm not. I said, that you were jealous of him. What do you think people are doing to you? Because I have to defend my boys every day. Jesus Christ, you have no idea. The people I talk to, the rooms I get to go into, the conversations I get to be on, you have no idea. But anyway, keep going. He said, but I don't need to be. I get that. I said, I never thought that I would ever tell you this. And this is me being personal with him. I said, one of the reasons I broke up with my boyfriend 2 years ago was because of you. He said, he didn't catch it yet. So listen, he said, again, I spoke out of term. Now listen to this. Now, before he said he didn't mean it, right? Then you see this? He said he didn't mean it before, right? Okay. Now he's telling the truth. Now he says, again, I spoke out of term. I was being cruel. The choice, you see how he started telling me the truth? That's what I was looking for. Again, he said, I spoke out of term. I was being cruel. Not to be, he said, not proud of that, but I am different and better every day. I said, now mind you, I'm still talking to him. So I said, was you. So he said, me. Hi. So then he said, I was not. Now he said, why was I one of the reasons why you broke up with your boyfriend? I said, I was not prepared to let anyone have your spot in my life. No one. And he said, brother, why? I said, He didn't like that you were so open and free and loving with me. He said, again, I owe you my life. I can't imagine not having you. Now, this is the thing. Here, I'm still talking about that. I'm keeping to the subject here. So I said to him, this is about my boyfriend. I sent my boyfriend a picture. He caught a glimpse of your photos in my phone and asked me to delete them. He said, I'm sorry, brother. I didn't know that. I said, and I told him that I would delete him. Now, I said this to my boyfriend. I would delete him before I ever deleted one of the photos that you gifted to me. Do not be sorry. He said, I didn't know that, and that makes me feel so terrible and so unbelievably loved. That's what he said. I said, I love you. He said, wow, I don't know what to say. Now, mind you, I tell him all the time I love him, and he tells me all the time he loves me. So this is not some connection of love or whatever. Understand? So he said, I said, I'm just not able to show you just how much I love you right now because I'm busy. He said, I am Godsmacked. I said, yup. He said, I don't know what to say. I said, just know that's all I need. Just know. Just know. So then he said, I know I've been waiting and giving you your space, but I've been waiting every single day to hear from you. I am sorry. I was wrong. I said, you don't have to do anything. He said, please don't throw me away. I love you. I am sorry. And then I said, I can't. Then he said, so sorry. I said, that's what hurts. I can't. I said, I didn't sleep for 2 days after this. I said, this was the divine's doing because I blocked you in my phone, but had to restore my phone. And your messages came through on my backup phone. Now, mind you, I ended up blocking him again. It was still the divine's doing, and I'm going to tell you why in a little while. So he said, I said, you belong in my life. I said, but when you judged him, he said, I am sorry. Because you know how when texting, you're both texting back and forth, at the same time. I said, but when you judged him, you judged me. He said, I already feel horrible, but now I truly feel like such a piece of shit. I said, I did a video. He said, I know I am not, but I am truly sorry. I said, you need to watch. He said, I know I was wrong. It was wrong. And again, I am sorry. And now listen to this. He said, I used to be a really horrible, nasty man. And it comes out every now and again. He said, I'm not proud, never, working every day to be a better man. I can't watch it right now. I'm at work and I'm trying not to cry. And I still have to be here for another hour. I will. Is the video about me? I said, yes. He said, I already know I fucked up. I can. I said, now you need to hear. He said, I can't. I know you're disappointed and I can't change it, but I can't watch that. It'll make me feel so much worse. I said, that's a part of cleaning up a mess. He said, I will when I can. I said, as an adult. He said, I know, but please don't make it worse. I said, you must face this. That's what we as men are called to do. Facing it is the only way to be forgiven. He said, I'll watch it when I'm off. I said, okay. He said, is the whole thing you telling me how horrible and how wrong I am? I said, no. I'm laying it out. I do not use your name at all. Legal reasons. I said, you need to hear how I felt so that we can discuss it and heal together. Heal what you have broken. He said, okay, I'll watch it when I get off work. I know I've broken it. I said, badly, if it weren't me. And then he said, please just give me a break. Now listen to what he said. Please just give me a break and let me gather so and let me gather so I can watch it. I said, I would expect you to I said, if it were me, I would expect you to behave in the same way. He said, I know that you're upset, but you have never talked. Now listen to this. He said, I know that you're upset, but you have never talked or treated me like this. And it's just so much. It's just a lot to bear with me. I said, text me again after you have watched it so that we can discuss. He said, I know I've never said anything like this before or made you feel like this. I get it. I do. I said, I did not cause this. The blame is not on me. My response to your behavior is valid and your fault. Now to fix it. Now listen to what he says. He says, brother, I'm at work trying to make a living and provide for myself. I get it. Please stop. I said, you must be made aware. He said, I understand. Please stop. Now listen to this. He says, and please stop. Now I just read y'all what I said, right? Okay. He says, and please stop talking to me like this. This feels so threatening and horrible. This is what he said. Now I just read you what is here. I didn't omit anything. He said, I'm sorry, but this actually does not help. I will watch it and I will make amends, but please give me time. Please stop. I said, you do not get to control my reaction to what you did. He said, I have not known what was going on with you this whole time. So all of a sudden now I'm understanding. Please give me a moment to process. I said, you're pissing me off again. He said, I'm not running away from anything. Now, I didn't say he was running away. But get this. I said to him, you just want to make it go away. He said, I just need a second to collect my thoughts and wrap my head around how badly I've hurt you and how upset you are. I said, you are not interested in healing it. Go then. Go. Stop typing and go. He said, I'm at work, Bjorn. Would you like me to walk out of my shift? I don't know what you expect me to do, but I still have to work for another hour. I can't do anything right now. Now, mind you, I told him, watch this when you can, and then we will discuss. And then he kept on typing. He said, okay, Bjorn, here we go. See, he remembered. I didn't even have to say anything. He remembered. He said, okay, Bjorn, I will. I won't be a part of a friendship that feels like this. I said, then why the hell are you writing me at work? I call him by his name and say, go. I am furious. Go. He said, I'm not writing you off. I'm communicating and talking to you. I said, go. Stop typing and go. Because by the time, I'm not even upset, but I'm like, really like, okay, I understand what's going on here. I smell bullshit, but we'll get to that after this transmission is done. It's almost done. He said, I can't watch anything. I can't do anything. I'm literally outside currently, so I can text. Now, look, he's giving me excuses because I can't do it in the classroom. I said, go away. Go. He said, I work with kids, and there are cameras everywhere, and I could lose my job. Now, mind you, he's talking to me. I told him to go. Did we all hear that? Did we all hear that? Okay, we all heard that. Just saying. We all heard me read that, right? So he said, again, I'm working with kids. There are cameras everywhere. I could lose my job. I said in big letters, go. Go. He said, okay, bye. I am sorry. Love you. Thank you so much for everything forever. I said, see, now he just told me I could lose my job. I just this, that, and the other. I'm gonna explain. I'm gonna break it down to you in a second. He said, so I said to him, see, you keep typing. I was willing to do this healing process of our relationship together. Finish work, watch the video, and then text me. Stop texting me. So he goes, please do not talk to me like this, brother. I've never spoken to you like this. Now, mind you, here I go. Here we go. Here we go. So I go, here you go. You fucked up. And now you want to take the moral high ground. This just shows how unapologetic you actually are. There's really nothing more for us to say. Take care. He says, okay. I said, I do not believe for a second that you are sorry. You meant exactly what you said. He said, okay. Now let's get into this. Okay, and we're back. So I went outside because I wanted to read that. My house isn't quiet right now. My nephew is having epiphanies and he's talking to the Queen Mother, the Duchess of Slay, and it just was loud. And I just wanted to make sure that I read you the entire text transmission because I wanted to really, I didn't want anything to mess that up. And I'm sorry about the lighting. It's nighttime. It's like 11:03 here right now. So, and I'll probably be posting this in the morning, so you'll hear me and you'll know that I was up late burning the midnight oil. But anyway, so I read you the entire transmission for a reason. A mistake is a mistake. But you have to know when a mistake is a mistake and when you are dealing with someone whom has a character flaw. A mistake is one thing. A character flaw, a flaw in someone's character, is something altogether different. And you have to be able to recognize when you are dealing with someone who is just making a mistake or being who they are. As I continued to talk to him, and you heard me read, he said, I used to be a terrible person. That's what he said about himself. He used to be a terrible person, and every day he was trying to get better. But he's not proud of it, but it comes out every now and then. That's what he said. My point was this. I wanted him to admit it. The reason he talked down about my other young man, about my boy, was because he was jealous of him. My boy came into his life, gave him the best sex he ever had, spent a lot of time with him, took his time with him, really unlocked him and his sensuality, and then went on about his life. And his life went wherever it went. And he was still going to be that powerful person no matter what he did. So, turn around. And understanding a character flaw and understanding a mistake will save you time and energy, and it will also help you get rid of the people in your life that you don't need to have. What I just experienced with my friend, ex-friend of 11 years, was the uncovering of a character flaw. That's what that was. That wasn't a mistake. It wasn't a mistake. And what he did not like was the fact that he couldn't just say sorry and make it go away. And furthermore, what made it so infuriating was you're dealing with somebody with 20 years of therapy. When he could not make it just go away and say he was sorry, and I continued to hold him accountable for what he said and who he was. That's what I was holding him accountable to. If you gonna have a fucked up face, you gonna wear this fucked up face and you gonna own this fucked up face, because that's your fucked up face. And what's so horrible about this is he in real life does not have a fucked up face. He's one of the most beautiful black, or should I say biracial men I have ever met. Ever. But that character, there's a saying my grandmommy taught me, and we all know this saying. If you're ugly inside, it doesn't matter what the fuck you look like outside. You're ugly. Okay? And what I was uncovering with him, trying to make him see, was that, sweetheart, you meant every single word that you said about that young man. He didn't understand that I was trying to help him fix him at this point. It was not about the young man anymore. It was no longer about the young man. It was about him. If you don't have friends in your life that challenge you to grow, what the fuck are you even doing? 11 years with this young man. You heard him right. You saved my life. He was very suicidal at one point. I've always been there for him. Now, mind you, I don't call him when I have a problem. He calls me. I don't call him with my problems. Never. He calls me with his problems. If you look at our 11 years of being together, in our transmissions of text messages, he always writes me telling me what's going on in his life. I don't turn around and write him telling him what's going on in my life. I listen to what's going on in his life and I give him feedback. And my thing is, that was the nature of our friendship. I do that with a lot of people. I find that most people don't even realize that it's not really a friendship. I'm just listening to you. I'm just being the confidant. But if anyone asked you today or tomorrow anything personal or pertinent to my life, you couldn't tell them. And honestly, that's by design. That's by design. That is by design. Listen, I have so many people that I speak to and encounter. I'm just doing what I was created to do. I listen to them and I give them feedback. Now, this young man, I love, but still understanding the nature of our friendship is something I am not delusional about. And what I said to him, you didn't get to hear the voice memo, but I sent him a voice memo when he pissed me off. And I said, I told you to listen to this when you had time and to text me when you were done. I didn't ask him to unpack anything at work. He started writing me. But when I would not let up off of the fact that I know that he meant it, then all of a sudden, what did he do? Class, what did he do? Play the victim. He started playing the victim card. And he's biracial. And this is the thing. He lives in this suburban bubble. I told him, you live in a fishbowl. And get this, there are no other black people around him. None. He's the only black man in his family, partly, biracially. So I said in the voice memo that you didn't get to hear because I said his name. So I didn't want to play the voice memo because I said his name. But I basically told him, you're wrong. You want to control or make it go away very quickly. You don't want to own it. You don't want to look at what I'm trying to get you to look at, because what you did was not a mistake. This is a character flaw. This is something that you do. You hate your life. And I'm trying to help you the way I've helped you for 11 years. Realize where your problem is. It's not this young man. You hate your life. But he didn't want to see that. And I told him in the voice memo, you started playing the victim, which was very Caucasian of you. Very Caucasian of you. I said that in the voice memo. Playing the victim. You did something wrong. And when you could not make it go away, when your feet were being put to the fire, and mind you, my putting his feet to the fire, I was very delicate with him. Y'all heard what I said to him. Y'all heard it. I read it to you. And I'm keeping the text messages in case I'm ever called into question about it. Blocked him, but keeping the text messages. You will also learn to do that when you are a famous public figure as well. You need transmissions. Keep everything. Keep everything. So when his feet were gingerly being put to the fire, I was just telling him, like, listen, we can talk about this later. You need to watch the video so that you can understand what I was saying without me interrupting. You need to hear how I felt, what I said about it. But when he couldn't just make it go away with his pretty face and his naked images that he always sends to me, when he couldn't make it go away with those things, what did he do? Immediately say he felt what? Threatened? That's what he said. He felt threatened. The only reason a person would feel threatened is when when they feel that you are attacking who they are. Do you guys hear it now? Understand when someone's making a mistake and when someone has a character flaw. What we have here, like they say in the movies, what we have here is a fucked up face. That's what we have here. And he was not willing to do the work with me to correct his fucked up face. Because if it's anybody who can correct a fucked up face, it's me. I can help you fix a fucked up face. So anyway, I ended up blocking him once and for all on all my phones, on all my devices, because literally, you got to know when someone is not suited to go forward in your life. And when I uncovered his character flaw, that was it. And it was time for me to say goodbye to all our company. You know the rest of the kid song. But he just further reinforced why it had to happen. Because he was not willing to look at himself. You meant that. He's going to watch this. You meant that. And when I just wouldn't let you say sorry and move on, you feel threatened and attacked after 11 years of me listening to your life and your bullshit? Listen, what did we notice about what he said and all that he said? And I'm going to get out of here. He kept saying he felt sorry for how it made me feel. Didn't he say that over and over and over again? He didn't want to lose me. Did he change his view of that boy? Did he even discuss that boy? No. Why? Because he meant what the fuck he said about that boy. Even in admitting to me that he was jealous of him, which I realized, I deduced when he said it. He was jealous of this boy's life. But he never once ever even brought up the young man ever again. I don't want to lose you. I don't want to lose you. Did we hear that? Why? Because I'm valuable. But what he needed to understand was, I am that boy, and that boy is me. When you see me, you see my boys. When you see my boys, you see me. Period. Understand when it's time to let somebody go. And tonight was the last time I will talk to that man ever again. And I wish him well. I wish him well. But I will not even take his calls in the middle of the night. I will not take He's not happy with his life. And let's just say this. He needs this. Sometimes the lesson has to be taught in your absence. He credited me with saving his life, which I did. He was very suicidal at one point. And I prayed to the all cosmos, the divine of the universe, on what to say to him to get him to stay. And he stayed. But guess what? Didn't mean that he didn't have character flaws. Character flaws and mistakes are different. Class, let's remember that. And choose your friends wisely. Because for some of us, the biggest mistakes we will ever make in our lives is choosing the people we choose to be our friends. Some of us, those will be the biggest mistakes we ever make in life. Me, I'm correcting mine. Being his friend was a mistake. And let me tell you how I really know. Because just like him, with other young men that I've spoken to, when they talk only about themselves in a conversation with you, you know. And he would always say to me, because he would realize that I wouldn't talk about myself with him. And he would say, like, brother, if you need me to sign the non-disclosure agreement, I will. He always said that to me. If you want me to sign the non-disclosure agreement so that you can confide in me, I will. None of my others are that smart. He's smart, but he's smart and flawed, character-wise. And I never made him sign the non-disclosure because I knew I wasn't going to discuss my inner workings with him. Though I do have the non-disclosure agreement. So far, I've had 2 people sign them, 2 in 2013. Yeah. Mama been on her shit. Daddy been on his shit. Two-spirited. I've been on my shit for a long time. I know what I'm doing. But there's no need to even say farewell to that. He was wrong. He was wrong. And he wasn't sorry. He said what he wanted to say because he was being mean and malicious. You saw him. We heard it. He said it. He was being mean and malicious and jealous. And that is a character flaw. That's a character flaw. You need some serious work on that with a therapist, with a professional to get that under control, to change that. What we had here, ladies and gentlemen, was a fucked up face. And I'm going to miss him because, man, oh man, he was beautiful. But if you're ugly inside, you're ugly outside. And that's it, especially to a Libra. We like depth. If you are ugly inside, there's no depth to your beauty. No, thank you. Not as shallow as you think us to be as Libras. Have a great night, everybody. I love you.
Make sure that you follow the Queen of Shade on all social media platforms. Stay up to date with social media posts, podcast episodes, merchandise drops, and mentoring specials. Serious booking inquiries, use the email provided.
She wins.